It's Birdman for Summit Healthcare's once again, hanging out at the pediatric offices up here at the Eagle Plaza, I think that's what it is, in Pine Top Lakeside. With me joining this time, I have Jessica Wahlstrom. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I did okay with your name.
Yes, you did.
You're a lot less difficult than the last person.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the fact that you guys are up here in Pine Top Lakeside. You're right before you get to, if you're going to Pine Top Lakeside, the Safeway on the same side.
Yep.
Just want to let everybody know that locational in case we do these as different episodes or all together. What is it that you do here?
I do physical therapy. So I actually work with both pediatrics and adults in our outpatient clinic here. And so we're, for our purposes today, I'll be mostly talking about the pediatric side of physical therapy. So
how does one come to a child? How do they come to need physical therapy? Let's put it that way.
So there's a lot of reasons why. I can see anything from infants who are born with a tight neck muscle. We call that torticollis. And so they only look to one side. And then we'll need to kind of work on getting them to have that full motion. So that comes with stretching and strengthening. That can also affect their development. So they might not be rolling or, all the little baby infant stuff that you don't totally think about, but really makes a difference in their rehab.
So how young do you go then?
Yeah, so anywhere. I just recently had an infant at 2 months old. So,
wow,
the earlier the better as far as torticollis goes, because a lot of times when they have that, if they're laying on their back, they're only laying on that one side, and then that starts to flatten and affect their skull. And then, so you might see kids with helmets around here, and that's just helping to mold their skull so they don't have any facial asymmetries or anything like that.
Yeah, people sometimes forget that the skull doesn't completely form until what?
Right. Well, it can be anywhere from 1 year old to 2 years old.
Crazy.
So,
Yeah, awesome.
just depending.
Just depending. Okay. What else do you do, and how do people come to like set appointments or things like that?
Sure. So I also see kids that might be born with a neuromuscular issue like cerebral palsy, or even if a kid has, a stroke in utero or in the birthing process, they might only have strength on one of their sides and then the other side is weak. Any kid that has any sort of developmental delay, so they're not standing up, they're not walking, they always need to hold on to something. They're and now they're 2 years old and they're still not walking. I'll see kids there, and I'll see them anywhere from infancy to 18 years old. To come see me, they need an order from their physician first off, and then they'll take that and bring it over here.
So one of the things I like to make sure people understand that it's important to be taking, especially a young child or infant, to a doctor regularly. Some people are like, oh, well, they just bounce back from things, right?
Right, and no, not all the time, and definitely that's important.
Yeah, so even if you think everything's perfectly fine, still get the regular checkups, still check in with that general practitioner or your pediatrician, either one.
Right.
And actually someone's added pediatricians, so it's very nice on the mountain. Because there'd been a backlog and not being able to get in.
Right.
So that's very good. Other things that people would maybe don't know here about the physical therapy and specifically the pediatric part?
Let's see. So a lot of times, people don't know that toe walking is not normal. So you might have a kid that's up on their toes and you think, oh, they'll just grow out of it. Some people will, but some people won't. And there's a lot of reasons why they're doing that, and that can really affect their physical development. And, later on when they're doing sports, et cetera, that can definitely affect that.
Can definitely affect that.
So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So be aware of that.
Right.
Awesome. Anything that people might want to know about you or that you would let them know, or that kind of thing?
Well, I got my doctor of physical therapy over in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo School of Health Sciences there. So I have great education and a lot of experience doing my rotations through the Mayo Clinic over there. And I also treat adults, so I'm not solely pediatrics, but I have a lot of joy working with kids and seeing their faces light up when they can do things that they weren't able to do, and the confidence that comes with it. It's exciting.
Awesome. And you've been
so-
here for a year, so.
Yes, I
yeah,
have.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate your time today.
Yeah,
very
thank you.
much. It's Jessica
Wahlstrom.
Wahlstrom. Yeah, very much, because by the end of the interview I forget names.
Right.
So awesome. Very nice to meet you. It's great to see you at this facility. That's a little more about the pediatric physical therapy here on the mountain at Summit Healthcare. I'm going to remind you that this is Summit Healthcare's, and we want you to be healthy. Hey, make sure you follow us, because Angie Fabian has a 5-story office.
5 stories.
Click up there, click down there. Yeah.